In the vast world of One Piece, devil fruits are some of the rarest and most sought-after treasures on the open sea. Recently, it was revealed that every devil fruit essentially is the manifestation of a dream someone once had given form. So let's talk about the top 20 strongest devil fruits so far. On number 20 is Age Fruit. Bonnie's Age fruit allows her to access distorted future versions of herself and anyone she touches. It was initially believed her power could only alter someone's age, potentially a one-hit kill if she reverted someone to be too young or too old. Manga chapter #1103 had one of the five elders elaborate on Bonnie's powers, saying they allow you to transform into any future, but the more you know of reality, the narrower your future possibilities become. This revelation proved that the potential of Bonnie's fruit has almost no limits. If she can imagine a future, she can make it happen, tying it with One Piece's major themes of hope and creativity. However, it also shows an important drawback. The more Bonnie grows up and learns about the harsh reality of the world, the less she will be able to imagine a distorted future, making her story more tragic. While Bonnie was not given much time to shine before Egghead, the reveal and showcase of her abilities has been one of the arc's most enjoyable surprises. Throughout her time on Dr. Vegapunk's futuristic island, her powers have turned hostile Marines into rotted skeletons before switching them back to normal, a near-death experience that shattered them psychologically. Jewelry Bonnie has also used her devil fruit to give her own body an incredible boost in power and size, even being able to replicate Luffy's powerful fifth-gear sun god Nika powers. Even without that, her powers can potentially defeat nearly any character in One Piece's world with a single touch. Number 19 is Wood's fruit. The admirals of the One Piece series have consistently been some of the strongest characters, and the newest addition is no exception. Admiral Ryokugo, aka Green Bull, was properly introduced at the end of the Wano arc. Still, his terrifying abilities quickly established that he was not someone to take lightly. Ryokugo's Wood's devil fruit allows him to become a forest human who can create, manipulate, and transform himself and his surroundings into flora. Many applications of Green Bull's powers were showcased against numerous foes on Wano. The Admiral can seemingly create a nearly infinite amount of wood that he can control at will and maneuver with great speed to defend and even impale enemies. He can absorb moisture from defeated foes and use it in sunlight to recharge his powers. Ryokugo has such impressive control of his devil fruit that he is immune to traditional fire attacks and can transform into a hulking tree golem of a man, making him a formidable opponent for anyone without an overwhelming amount of haki. Number 18 is Press fruit. Fujitora is one of the newer admirals introduced in One Piece, but that doesn't make him or his fruit any less powerful. The Press fruit allows Fujitora to manipulate gravity. While he has used this power for some small-scale feats such as levitating objects and pinning enemies in place, his fruit also has a much more extreme destructive potential, rivaling even One Piece's ancient weapons like Uranus. Fujitora can call down large meteors from the sky to crush his enemies. This ability could cause mass destruction, making the Zushi fruit easily one of the most powerful in the series. Number 17. Fish fruit. The fish fruit. Model Azure Dragon is a mythical zone-type devil fruit that was eaten by One Piece's Kaido after the fruit was given to him by Big Mom. This devil fruit allows the user to transform into a gargantuan flying dragon capable of breathing fire and destroying mountains. The Uowo no Mi specializes in raw strength, and its natural ability could be seen in Momonosuke's usage of the clone devil fruit during his battle with Kaido. Despite having little to no training and no real haki, Momonosuke stood his ground against Kaido momentarily upon assuming his full dragon form. Mythical Zoans have proved to be perhaps the most powerful category of devil fruits in the series. They don't just give their users animalistic physical boosts, but each of them possesses unique abilities based on the mythological or divine being that inspired them. Kaido's devil fruit, while not the only source of his strength, contributed to making him known as the world's strongest creature. Number 16 is the Rumble fruit. The Rumble fruit is an electricity-based Logia-type devil fruit that can deliver power output just as great as Kaido's fruit. It also provides the user with an absurd amount of abilities. Like all Logia fruits, the Rumble fruit allows a user to become intangible, becoming outright invincible to foes that don't yet possess Haki. Enel can travel great distances in the blink of an eye, control the weather to an extent, and even use the heat from his lightning-based body to reforge weapons. The user can also use their nearly limitless electrical energy supply to power large machines and weapons. It is often believed that the only reason why Enel was defeated is that he found his natural enemy in Luffy, a human made of rubber, which is a material immune to electricity. Also, Enel relied on his devil fruit powers too much, was arrogant and cocky, and clearly never developed his abilities to their extreme. Number 15 is the strong fruit. If devil fruit powers were to be measured by simple, plain strength, then the winner would surely be Jesus Burgess's strong fruit. During manga chapter hash 1063, Burgess casually lifts a mountain to throw at his foes. While the limitations of the power have yet to be explored, for a devil fruit with such a name, it likely grants the user as much brute strength as they need to accomplish their goal, such as throwing a mountain or breaking swords. While the strong fruit's applications have been limited to just incredible achievements in physical strength so far, it is not difficult to see how a more creative pirate could get more mileage out of the fruit than Burgess does. American comic book characters like Hulk and Superman have done incredible things with their physical capabilities, so it's not outside the realm of possibility that Burgess could find some creative uses for the strong fruit. Number 14, the Op fruit. The Op fruit is a paramecia type that allows the user to create a spherical area of influence that will enable them to manipulate anything within it, as it were a doctor's operating room. Law can use his power to perform makeshift surgery on anyone or anything within his sphere, even removing their hearts and souls without killing them. He can also teleport objects and people within his sphere and create powerful shockwaves that ripple through the air. Throughout the series, Law's Devil Fruit has showcased some of the most broken powers in One Piece, as its simple premise allows for endless applications. The Op no Mai Nuai excels at a supportive fighting style, allowing the user to shift their allies around the battlefield to avoid damage while also placing their enemies in severely detrimental positions. Additionally, the Op no Mai is said to be able to perform something known as the immortality procedure, where the user gives up their life to ensure someone is capable of living forever. It's a trick that will likely have Law play a big part in One Piece's story before it ends. Number 13 is the Hobby fruit. It is a paramecia-type devil fruit eaten by Sugar, one of Doflamingo's top officers in the Doflamingo Pirates. With the Hobby fruit, anyone Sugar touches is turned into a living toy, and as a side effect, the fruit stops Sugar from aging after she ate it, leaving her physically a child despite actually being an adult. While Sugar wasn't the main villain of the Dressrosa arc, her devil fruit is nonetheless a force to be reckoned with. Not only can Sugar force her toys to follow her every command, but any victim of the Hobby fruit is erased from the memory of everyone in the world, thus adding a sense of existential dread to its abilities. Very few devil fruits are as overpowered and versatile as the Hobby fruit, and over a decade since Sugar's last appearance, that has yet to change. Number 12, Soul fruit. Big Mom's soul fruit is one of the most versatile in the series, which is part of what makes it so powerful. Its powers enable Big Mom to extract part of a person's soul and use it to animate any object she wishes. Extracting a soul reduces its victim's lifespan, potentially making this a fatal ability on its own. However, this only works on enemies who fear Big Mom. Her powerful living weapons, like Zeus and Prometheus, give her terrifying offensive capabilities. If she ever gets injured, Big Mom can animate her body parts and have them heal themselves. While Big Mom and her soul fruit are certainly powerful, they are not without weaknesses. In addition to the target needing to be afraid of Big Mom, they also need to be close. Neither of these weaknesses are enough to make Big Mom any less of a threat on the battlefield, but they are notable in that they show even strong devil fruits have their blind spots. Number 11 is the Ice fruit. Former One Piece Admiral Kuzan's. Ice fruit is among the most potent devil fruits of all, being able to contest Admiral Sakazuki's magma fruit for 10 days. Its power is so great that it permanently changed half of Punk Hazard's landscape, suggesting it may even be on par with Sakazuki's Devil Fruit, which is said to boast the highest offensive power among Logias. Among the feats it displayed, notably Kuzan froze tsunami waves generated by Whitebeard and turned Marineford's Bay into an icescape in moments. This power grants Kuzan notable offensive power at both close and long range while maintaining the standard level of Logia intangibility. What makes this Logia stand out among the rest is the versatility that ice and freezing things give its users. Besides Kuzan's own great physical skills, honed through years for training with Garp. Number 10 is the Magma fruit. Akainu is known for his ruthlessness and unwavering sense of justice, often delivered brutally. His devil fruit complements this personality by being an extremely destructive power capable of burning through other Logia users with ease. Akainu is also able to use his devil fruit in very creative ways, at one point causing flaming meteors to fall out of the sky. Akainu's molten rock body means that even if an opponent can close the gap, they still have to worry about intense heat in close quarters combat. Another devil fruit with similar powers exists in the series, the Fire fruit formerly owned by Ace and now by Sabo. However, as the series made painfully clear when Akainu killed Ace, Magma is superior to mere fire and can burn at much hotter temperatures, making it one of the deadliest devil fruits in existence. Number 9. Pawpaw fruit. The pawpaw fruit, also known as the Nikyu no Mi, was eaten by Bartholomew Tyrant Kuma, a former member of the 7 Warlords of the Sea turned cyborg slave for the Celestial Dragons. The pawpaw fruit allows Kuma to repel anything he touches, including people, objects, and even electrical signals in someone's nervous system. Kuma's main use of the pawpaw fruit is to travel great distances to places he's previously been to, which he can use on himself and anyone he touches. The fruit also allows him the ability to deflect attacks back at his enemies, making him a fearsome opponent in battles. The pawpaw fruit has also been shown to have the ability to affect intangible concepts such as memories, pain, and potentially even souls. This means that, at the height of his power, Kuma could theoretically teleport someone across the world with no memory of who or what they are, making this devil fruit power one of the most horrifying out there. Number 8 is the gas fruit. It is a Logia-type devil fruit eaten by Caesar Clown, Dr. Vegapunk's evil former partner who created the artificial devil fruit Smiles. As the name would imply, the gas fruit lets Caesar turn into and manipulate any and all gases, and it's often used in conjunction with Caesar's chemical weapons. While Caesar was never that powerful of a villain, that doesn't make the gas fruit any less powerful. In addition to the typical perks of intangibility provided by Logia fruits, Caesar's gas fruit can be used to poison and suffocate anyone who gets too close to him, allowing him to easily incapacitate enemies far above him in power. If the gas fruit was used by someone more competent, it would have easily given one of the best performances of any devil fruit. But even in Caesar's hands, it's still incredibly powerful. Number 7 is the barrier fruit. It is a Paramycia-type devil fruit eaten by Bartolomeo, a super rookie who commands the second ship of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Bartolomeo can use the barrier fruit to create barriers around himself and others, and the barriers can even be remade into various shapes like spheres and staircases. While it's only made a handful of appearances in One Piece, the barrier fruit is easily one of the strongest devil fruits in the series. There has yet to be any attack capable of so much as cracking Bartolomeo's barriers, and it's to the point that not even Odin, someone stronger than Kaido, could overcome the barrier fruit. The only notable weakness is in there being a limit to how big the barriers can be, but with how strong they are, that's hardly an issue. Number 6, Venom fruit. This Paramycia-type devil fruit is eaten by Magellan, the former warden of Impel Down. The Venom fruit allows Magellan to create poisons of varying toxicity and acidity, and while it protects Magellan from being hurt by poison, it doesn't prevent him from having massive amounts of diarrhea when he eats poison food, which he loves to do. The Venom fruit is easily one of the strongest Paramycia fruits in all of One Piece. The strength of Magellan's poison makes it virtually impossible to touch Magellan without getting poison, and the versatility of his techniques means that he always has a surefire way of attacking someone. Magellan was strong enough to defeat both Luffy and Blackbeard with zero difficulty, and that, above everything else, is a perfect testament of the Venom fruit's power. Number 5 is the Glint Glint fruit. The Glint Glint fruit allows Kizaru to turn his body into light, making him incredibly fast and virtually impossible to hit without using haki. On top of that, his powers enable him to shoot lasers, which makes him easily able to defeat enemies from a long range. He can also manipulate light to create weapons like a blade of light, or even clones of himself. These abilities make him a devastating opponent to face up close and from afar, even when compared to his fellow admirals. Just operating at the speed of light would make Kizaru unbeatable. But luckily for the Straw Hats, he has proven to not be immune to a strong enough haki user, nor the crazy, reality-bending powers of Luffy's Devil Fruit. Number 4. Nika Fruit, the human fruit model. Nika is one of the most interesting fruits in One Piece. For much of the story, Luffy's Devil Fruit was believed to be called the Gum Gum Fruit. In fact, it's a mythical zone-type fruit that allows Luffy to take the form of an ancient deity named Nika, who was once worshipped as a sun god. The world government has tried to erase the name from history in fear that the legendary figure, who once represented freedom, would return to the world and liberate its people from the oppressive rule the world government has held for centuries. When fully unleashed, the powers of the Nika fruit are said to be the most ridiculous in the world. When Luffy awakened his Devil Fruit in his brutal battle against Pirate Emperor Kaido, it granted him complete and total freedom over his own body and the ability to manipulate his surroundings as if they were made of rubber, including things like lightning. Luffy has said that when he uses the white-haired form, he feels the most free, which is a feeling he is seemingly destined to bestow to the many slaves under the world government's control.